topic, that is how to convert an AC circuit in time domain to frequency domain. What is the meaning of time domain and what is the meaning of frequency domain? See, time domain is, as we can see here, it is basically you have written the equation of voltage with respect to time. The current is also with respect to time. What is the meaning of with respect to time? It means that the voltage is dependent on time. See, look at the time here, t here. Similarly, the current is also dependent on time. And here you can see it is 5 Henry, zero point 0.1 Farad, 10 ohms. If I have to calculate this, then I have to use integration, differentiation, everything. But thanks to frequency domain calculation, there is no need to do integration, differentiation. We can totally do away with that complex calculation by converting the AC circuit in time domain to frequency domain. So here what you have got is basically the time domain. So this is basically the time domain circuit. Time domain circuit. And this we are going to convert into something that is called as the frequency domain circuit, where everything will be written in complex form. So let me write it as complex form. Why in complex form? Because then we can do the complex calculation and find out the various answers. So that is the reason why we write it in complex. How do we do this? For that we will have to recall something that we have studied previously. Okay, let me rewrite that once again. So as you can see here, I have written that the inductor is having an impedance Z, which is j omega L. The capacitor C is going to have an impedance Z is equal to minus j by omega C, and a resistor R is going to have an impedance which is basically R itself. What I want you to note here is that this is a positive imaginary value. This is a negative imaginary value, whereas this is a real value. You remember in complex we used to write x plus jy, where the x part is the real portion and y part is the imaginary portion. Okay, so just like that, here we are having only imaginary but positive. Here we are having only imaginary but negative. Here we are having only real value. So whenever you are having a negative imaginary value, you straight away can reach to the conclusion that that is a capacitor effect. There is some capacitor. Similarly, if you are going to have some positive complex value, you can always come to the conclusion that there is a inductor there. There is an inductor there. Similarly, if you are having only real value, you can come to the conclusion that okay, it is some resistive circuit. Some resistor circuit is there. Okay. The first thing first, I have to do this conversion, for which I have to find out what is the value of omega. Isn't it? What is omega? Here, this is the voltage source which gives the frequency. And what is the frequency here? Omega. Omega is going to be 40. So this is our omega. So for omega is equal to 40. Okay, for omega is equal to 40. Remember this very clearly. If this would not have been 40, if this would have been some 400, all these values will be different. This value will be different, this value will be different. Why? Because instead of 40 I have taken 400. For 40 it will be some other value. So as I told previously in the previous video, that with frequency the value of impedance keeps on changing, isn't it? So For different frequencies, the impedance will be different. So now in this particular circuit, we are having omega is equal to 40. So based on that, I am going to write, this is going to be J 40 into L. What is L? 5 Henry. Okay. And what is 40 into 5? 40 into 5 is 200. So it's better I always write it straight away as 200. Okay. Now see, that's another thing that I wanted to show. J200. I can write it as J200 or even I can write it as 200J. I will prefer to write 200J. Do you know why? Because I have already told in the calculator it is always important to write first the number and then I, or the imaginary value J. So this is 200J. What about the second one? The second one is zero point 0.1 farad. 0.1 farad generally for the case of capacitor, as you can see, this is the equation. So I will write minus J divided by omega is 40 into 0.1 farad. Isn't it? So what is that going to be? 40 into 0.1 is going to be 4. So it's as good as writing Z as minus J divided by 4, which can be written as 0.25. 1 by 4 is 0.25. So minus 0.25 J. So it is minus 0.25 J. So I will write that. This is going to be minus 0.25 J. What happens to the resistor? The resistor does not change. It gives a value of 10. Now always there is a confusion that what should be written as the units here. Should we write Henrys? For this one, for capacitor, we'll write Faradays, and for this one, ohms? No. Impedance, all impedance values are always written in ohms. Impedance is always written in ohms. So, what you have to do is 200 J ohm minus 0.25 J ohm, 10 ohm. So the elements are all converted. So these are the only three elements that can come: an inductor, a capacitor, a resistor. Next, we will write V of t. Now remember this is a frequency domain, so we don't write V of t, we will just write capital V. Very important. Don't write V of t, we will write only capital T. And capital T now in phasor format. What is a phasor format? I have already told you that whenever we want to do the conversion, we take 6, and if this is cos, then we take this one and we write it as 6 angle 90 degree plus 90 degree. Remember, if this is not cos, if this is sine, then it is totally different. I have already taught this in phasors. If you are having any confusion, go back to the phasor and re-see it or re-watch it, and then you will understand. So right now, from here, we can directly write 6 angle 90 degree. And then I am having a current, again it is I of t, but in frequency domain I will write it as capital I. This is the conversion. This particular figure, the first figure, this cannot be solved without the help of integration or differentiation. When I was doing my engineering, at that time we had to do this using integration differentiation. It's not that time this particular method was not there. This method was there, but for making us understand where this method has come from and all, we used to always study it to do it in time domain, integration differentiation. But now we don't have integration differentiation. Straight away, if we get this kind of a circuit, we straight away change this into this format. This is called as the frequency domain circuit. And either you will be directly given this form of a figure, or you will be given the first figure. Which one? This one. If you are given this particular figure, please remember to convert it here. Otherwise, you can't do it. Okay, so this is how we convert an AC circuit in time domain to a frequency domain. Thank you.